This is Sniper signing in to Command & Conquer Red Alert 3 on the map Temple Prime, spawning on the right side as the Red Allies player. This is Black Ops. And his opponent spawning as the Yellow Empire player on the left side. This is Mates Vindies. Vindies switching it up ever so slightly from his typical allied fashion. This game is the first round of the semifinals from the For the Win number 38 tournament held ever so recently. I don't quite recall the date. However, Vindies is sure to play. I've been seeing him play a lot more Empire lately, and I'm sure that this performance as Empire will be just as good as ever. It's like, oh, one attack dog I think went down to that Imperial Warrior. That is quite possibly a bit of a micro fail, and Black Ops does not even care about taking this oil there. He's just gonna go ahead and blow it up and not let Vindies have the chance to take it. It does get one Peacekeeper rush. Will he get another one? No, the Honorable Discharge Blast does heavily damage that Peacekeeper. However, it does not kill him. A seaport coming down. That is a fast seaport. That is a seaport before a second ref. What is he going to be doing with that? He's going to have to do something with it. Will it be some Riptide ACVs? Do we have enough Javelin Troopers on the map to warrant a Riptide ACV kind of play? And yes, I believe here come the Javelin Troopers now. Yes, indeed they do. And out comes the Riptide ACV. Looks like he might be cash stalled a little bit. That's what it's looking like here. It does look like Black Ops is a bit cash stalled. Gonna have to be very careful here. The Imperial Infantry are moving in, just trying to do a little bit of harassment, but however, they will be cleaned up with ease now that the Riptide ACV is a part of the fight. And all these Peacekeepers with their riot shields, they're just basically bullet sponges. They are basically bullet sponges, and these Imperial Warriors cannot do anything to a riot shielding PK. Taking these garrisons, though, that's a nice little touch. Just going to be annoying. Force him to trade out PKs and dig out these Imperial Warriors, which I think that's still a bad trade for the Allies player. I think that's like a net loss of like 50 resources, I think. I'll have to go back and double check that myself. Nice one. It's getting a nice little land on that burst drone. Going to slow down the mining time on the, slow down the mining time on that prospector. Going to be very, very good indeed. Mecha Tengus are already out onto the map. Mecha Bay is out, just gonna go straight for the Tengu play. Will Vindies be able? That's his Conyard. I thought that was just gonna be a generator. That is definitely not just a generator. That is his Conyard. Vindies has taken the center garrison, gonna give him some nice map control, nice vision over this entire central plateau. It's gonna force any land forces to go along either the northern or southern choke. Vindicator is out on the map. However, there we do not see any Apollo fighters. And the Mecha Tengu harass has already started. Vindies has launched the harass train full steam ahead, pulling one prospector off the line, pulling both. He does pull both off the line, but now he has no money. There is no income to speak of for Black Ops at this very moment. One heavily damaged Riptide ACV. One of the prospectors does go down. The other prospector is still very heavily damaged. Does wind up losing that. Oh, he tried to make a run for it to get that prospector. If that Tengu had been in range of that prospector for that honorable discharge, the honorable discharge could very well have killed it. This Mecha Tengu is still here. Vindies does not want to be forgetting about that one. Still not even rebuilding the prospector on this refinery. That is dangerous indeed. One Apollo fighter sitting over the Mecha Bay. That's also very dangerous. If those Tengus get up in strong enough numbers, they could easily just transform and skadoosh that thing right out of the sky. And that other second prospector going down. There are no prospectors left on the map for Black Ops. He has no income right now. No income at all. And that is going to be the fire sale. He did not have enough money left to fight Vindies with, and that's going to be that. I believe that will put a can on game number 1 as Black Ops has been defeated and Vindies takes the win. Well played to both players. I think Black Ops just didn't do a very good job, I guess, of preventing the Jet Tengu harass or preventing his or microman or like baby. I guess you kind of have to babysit your your prospect or your harvesters like that. If you don't, then a player like Vindies, he'll just land Jet Tengus right in your ore line and just, you know, boom, that's it. That's all she wrote. And then here it flatlines for about a solid minute. It just flatlines on this resource graph. That is very, 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 very bad. How much ore overall was collected? Oh, that tells the tale. Only 5,700 ore was collected overall, thanks to that lost mining time from Black Ops. Vindies just was able just to get away with the game, just run away with it, establish his eco lead. And once those prospectors started going down and they weren't really managed as well as they could have been, that really was the writing on the wall. That was the beginning of the end, and Vindies wound up taking the win. Anyway, that is all for game number 1. So let's jump straight into game number 2, which brings us to the map Infinity Isle, spawning on the top right side as the red allies player, currently down 0-1. This is Black Ops. And his opponent, keeping with his yellow Empire fashion, currently up 1-0. This is Mates Vindies. Still going to be opening up with that dojo opener, classic dojo opener on Infinity Isle. You deploy 1 racks here, then you send either 1 or 2 up to the cliff. That way you have a crush core if you need it. You can deploy this core, or you can deploy one of the cores right up next to the oil derrick if you want, which it looks like that's precisely what Vindies is going to do. Going to deploy that dojo to get the engineer out, use the first dojo to get some warriors and a burst drone out, and then finally use this dojo to come down to his opponent's side of the map and try and go for a crush core. You will have to be careful though, it has more than likely been spotted at this point. That Javelin Trooper going to want to switch it off laser lock mode, otherwise there we go, off of laser lock mode. They don't want to get it crushed. You have to babysit that Javelin Trooper. Did get crushed. He crushed a Peacekeeper too. Crushed a $400 and 300 units. That dojo core actually paid for itself, killing a Javelin Trooper and a Peacekeeper. And there we go. Riot Shield Micro on point. Riot Shield Micro on point again. Nice play from Black Ops, getting his paying right attention. Well, as I say that. Right as I say that, 1 Peacekeeper and 1 Javelin Trooper did wind up going down to that bonsai charging Imperial Warrior, forcing a ton of these guys to switch over to the Riot Shield mode. Though we got does lose another one there. Curse of the commentator. As soon as you give props to a player for doing something well, suddenly that situation turns right on its head. Another Peacekeeper going out. This Imperial Warrior rush, I think, might just be enough. Might be all that is needed to really shut down Black Ops. In this game, there's only 1 PK left. It has gone down. Now he has nothing he can use to bust down these walls. He has no way. Imperial Warriors, they cannot shoot and destroy their walls. They need tank busters to get up to the front line in order to break them down. But right now, those Imperial Warriors, they've done their job. They've done their job. They've cleared the ground. They've allowed Vindies time to get his Mecha Bay online, get Mecha Tengus out, start establishing some air control, and now, so that was clever. I think that was a Mecha Tengu, I believe, that got shot down, or it transformed on top of that part of the wall segment, and when that honorable discharge went off, that blew open a hole in the wall, and that allowed Imperial Warriors to get inside and do a ton of damage. It's a nice job from Vindies here, pausing that engineer so that it does not come out and get insta-sniped by those Vindicators. That is exactly why they are just hovering over that target there, or hovering over that dojo. Well, really, that's really the only option they have, is just to kind of hover. But now Tengus are out, and there is nowhere for these things to run. Oh, yes, there is. Rebuilt airfield out on the water. So Black Ops, his Air Force is not out of the game just yet. However, that one Apollo fighter is very close to dying. That's a little closer than I think I would have cut it. But then again, I am not a very good Allies player. These Imperial Warriors still just kind of chilling. I would love to see Vindies just get and mix in 1 or 2 tank busters, start knocking down these walls, and suddenly these Imperial Warriors, the force multiplier of all these Imperial Warriors, plus however many tank busters, they can just focus down this refinery before anything can really be done about it. walling in his MCV too. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that one. But it's like Prospector did go down to some Jet Tengu harass, and this one's still harvesting just fine. Does go down. He's trying the same trick before, but it did not. He tried to park it over the wall segments the same way he did before. That's actually a very nice play from Vindies, trying to get creative with how his honorable discharge works. And well, rip that burst drone. That Riptide ACV can actually be overwhelmed by all these Imperial Warriors if this Riptide does not kite. It actually will be overwhelmed. There are more Jet Tengus coming in. There is more than enough Jet Tengus here to overwhelm anything that's in the skies. And now it's going to transform down to the ground, and that is going to be the end of this Riptide ACV. Black Ops is going to see getting completely shut down here. I believe Tengus can shoot at a wall segment, which yes they can, indeed they can. That wall segment will be going down soon. Vindicators trying to pick them off as quickly as they can, trying to do as much damage as they can. And he got in there. Oh, that Imperial Warrior, that was very, very fast reaction time from Vindies. Getting that Imperial Warrior in there and going to physically block the building space so that nothing else thus could, no other walls rather could go up. Is he going to be fast enough to block this building space? Is he going to be fast enough? He needs to be fast enough. I'm not sure. No, he's not noticing. I'm not sure he's entirely noticed. Prospector has been rebuilt and is going to be re-killed as Tengu harass continues. Well, no, maybe not. Those Vindicators do come in and they do manage to snipe down both of them, but both Vindicators do wind up going down. There's a heroic Mecha Tengu, or Mecha Hero, 2 heroic Jet Tengus in the sky. One is the heroic one is being chased. It did get shot down. He got shot down there right at the very end. And the game just kind of ends. I think that's the point where Black Ops decided, yeah, you know, that's not exactly going to go very well for him. And yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Losing all of your Air Force, losing all of your infantry at the beginning, that'll do it very well. I think that game would have gone better for Black Ops had he gone for a more focused presence on the ground early. If he had challenged Vindies on the ground early, like say with a PK ball, or like a ball of PKs, and then backing him up, or backing up those PKs with the Vindicator, Apollo Fighter, or maybe going for a fast cryocopter and then Vindicator behind it, and then maybe you could have gotten some harassment off, because I believe Peacekeepers are still technically better than Imperial Warriors, slightly. I think they are slightly better. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while since I've actually seen one of those units fight one-on-one just to see who survives for how long. 18,000 ore collected for Vindies. That eco is in favor of Vindies once again. Okay, the efficiency ratio of Vindies wasn't all that efficient. I mean, then again, you don't really expect an Empire player to be very efficient against someone like an Allies player, just because the Empire units are generally weaker. You can generally get more of them. But in any event, that was still well played by Vindies, making great use of that infantry ball that he managed to get built up there at the beginning, and very creative use of having his Jet Tengus fall out of the sky and using that honorable discharge to knock down the wall segments. Now maybe Vindicator, or not Vindicators, maybe Mecha Tengus can't attack. Well, no, they can't attack walls. Okay, forget that thought. I had a little brain fart. Anyway, that will conclude game number 2. So let's jump straight into game number 3. Which brings us to the map Snowplow. Spawning on the top side is the red Allies player. He needs some support. This is Black Ops. Currently up 2-0 rather is his opponent. Spawning on the bottom side is the yellow Empire player. This is Mates Vindies. Opening up with some heavy dojo presence. It's going to be sending one dojo likely to each side. Or one dojo up here to try and challenge this oil derrick. Gonna have this dojo. Might be just a crush core. I'm not entirely sure about that one, actually. That might just be a crush core. Very possible indeed. One dojo already down. Likely it's just gonna get some Imperial Warriors. And oh, that's not good. That attack dog just goes straight down. That is not something that you want to see if you can at all help it. Infantry ball from Black Ops is already on its way out. Did wind up getting one PK and heavily damaging another, but there's already a sizable chunk of infantry out onto the map. Is there an answer from Vindies? Not really yet. He's more concerned with just slowing down the enemy here at this garrison. There's only one Imperial warrior inside of that garrison, so there's not really very much to worry about there. Vindies is, however, going to secure, as it looks like, both oil derricks. Engineer already on the way to the left oil derrick. Dojo just finished deploying at the right oil derrick. We'll more than likely see one there. Stashing a generator out onto the water. This is not looking very good for Vindies right now. It's the MCV is here. This is a one ref MCV push from Black Ops. He's tired of how the past few games have gone, and he's saying, you know what? I'm just gonna take this into my own hands, and I'm just gonna see what I can make happen. And that's another dojo core down. He's gonna have to move the MCV, otherwise it's just gonna get shot up. The problem with the MCV, or the Imperial MCV, is like, if you try to crush, or MCVs in general, if you try and crush an infantry ball like this, they can just turn around and stutter step you backwards. And if you try to run away, which Vindies did get off kind of lucky and scot-free without getting shot in the back, infantry balls could very easily and very well pursue. Trying to use a burst drone to do some damage there to that prospector and a little bit to that refinery. I saw a Mecha Bay go somewhere. There's the Mecha Bay core gonna be going, but there's still 2 allied boot camps online. Is he gonna stash that Mecha? Where is he gonna stash that Mecha Bay? Vindies, you're about to be out of refineries. He is about to be very much out of refineries. He does have 2 oil derricks, so that 30 cred every 2 seconds, that is going to help him stay on his feet, but it does not replace a refinery or even 2. Burst drone does take down that prospector. That was Black Ops' only source of income. Does have a building queued. It is a refinery, gonna be taking this naval refinery. However, it is really close to land, so it's very easy to harass, say, like with infantry or something like that. This looks like Vindies is gonna be sending this refinery all the way around the water bay, and it's gonna be going for this ref in the top right-hand corner. It's nice play from Vindies. This is the mark of a good player, right? He has this giant infantry ball coming after him. He has the enemy's MCV coming after him. He gets pushed out of his own original base site, lost his original refineries, but still he doesn't just like wantonly give up right then and there. He just takes it and just goes with it. He takes the hand that he's given and he plays with it. He's stashing the Mecha Bay here on the ridge line, or on the plateau rather, on his opponent's side of the map. How many people would actually think to check this ridge line to see if an enemy has a production structure up there when it's that close to your original starting location? Refinery dealt with. This power plant taking some damage. These boot camps will eventually fall down as well. So really, the only saving grace that Black Ops really has for him right now, Vindies? I can't agree with that. I can't agree with moving your MCV and just parking it right next to your opponent's MCV, basically saying like, hi. You drove up and parked right next to him and said, hey, what's up? Can't really agree with that one. Multi-gunner turrets are going to go down to protect these refineries. Is this boot camp taken care of? No, not yet. Vindies might want to be a little bit careful. Doesn't want to give away the location of this Mecha Bay. Does not want to do that whatsoever. And I think he might be cash stalling, which he is most probably cash stalling at this point. If he can fight away from the garrisons, then he has, I think if he masses his Tengus and fights away from the garrisons, he'll have a pretty good chance of crushing this infantry force here. Switching on the health bar, so we have some of these infantry are already really weak. 2 red bars, 1 yellow bar. That's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 full health javelin troopers that he's going to need to burn through. And he's just going to go up here. He's going to cut off the rest of Vindies' external income. He's just going to go ahead and destroy this other oil derrick, which that's not very good for Vindies at all. Vindies needs that money very, very badly right now. He's trying to be careful so that that explosion did not kill any of his really weak infantry. It's at this point, infantry, all of your lives are important. Oh, that is a misplace on that refinery. That has got to be annoying. Oh, got a misplace on the ref. That is unfortunate. I don't think that there's nothing blocking that build size, so it should have been able to work out just fine. However, we have multiple tankers in the air now. 5 of them, I believe. And while he's on low power, well, he said, okay, you want to go on low power? Okay, I'll take advantage of that. And I will go and start harassing your refinery. Harassing that refinery. Has another Tengu already going for this prospector. Says all the prospectors have been forced off the line right now. Does he have money? Yes, I think he does. He should have the money. Yes, he does. He just put down a power plant somewhere right there. Infantry are on their way back, but it's too late. That prospector has already gone down, and that refinery just went down as well. But luckily, there's still 1 prospector left. 1 prospector and 1 refinery is still intact. Oh, well, rip. Rest in pieces, that Tengu. That Tengu is completely done and dusted. This infantry ball is a scary ball as long as Vindies has a small number of Tengus. If Vindies manages to get his eco online, which I think that is exactly what he's trying to do right now, is get another refinery out of his con yard, gonna deploy it right here, so he'll be finally back up to 2 ref. Which oh no, prospector bug. There it is. Black Ops caught it. Black Ops found the prospector bug, and he's like, wait a minute, why am I not getting any money? As we can see, whatever he's building, it's not building anymore. Yeah, it's stopped. It has completely stalled. That is definitely a cash stall. And point defense storms have just run out, but they have been reinitiated immediately. And this is where these Tengus can start picking apart the infantry. 2 javelin troopers have just basically gone down for free, and he's gonna focus them. Only 3 javelins left. He's gonna have to fight in range of these multi-gunner turrets. It was a very good call, having that multi-gunner turret ready and prepared. Those multi-gunner turrets are basically gonna be what keeps Black Ops in this game. If he manages to stay near those and fight near those, then suddenly his situation looks a lot better. One more, it's now that heavy damage prospector. One more burst drone, and that's going to be 1 dead prospector. He might just suicide bomb the thing with this Tengu. I think that's exactly what he's gonna do. He's just gonna suicide bomb it with that Tengu. Down the prospector goes. Is there another ref? Is there another? Nope. That's it. That is it. Black Ops has run out of steam. That is the fire sale. What is left? I believe that boot camp was it. Yes, indeed it was. GG. Black Ops has been defeated, and Vindies showing his Empire colors, taking the series 3-0 and advancing to the grand finals of the For the Win number 38. Very well played from Vindies. So some very nice decision making on his part, even though he got MCV pushed, even though there was a giant death ball of infantry that just pushed him right on out of his base. He still stuck with it. He kept that mecha bay alive, and he managed to reestablish his eco enough to where he could get some Tengus onto the map. And that's where the problem with infantry comes in. Is you can't really stutter step forward, I guess. If you're indecisive with infantry, you have to either commit or you have to make sure you keep some distance. Because if you're in that situation where it's like you're trying to retreat, but you're also trying to fight at the same time, trying to zone out your enemy, then suddenly critical units such as those javelin troopers, they just got picked off, and suddenly all of the anti-vehicle capacity of Black Ops was dead, and there was no way that he could stop those Vindicators. Not Vindicators. It's Mecha Tengus. I keep thinking Vindicators because the guy using them is called Vindies. So, but still, very well played. So that was an interesting MCV push with the infantry from Black Ops there at this third game. Very interesting. I think that if that Mecha Bay hadn't gotten away, then that game would have been Black Ops. That would have been a win for Black Ops. He would have been able to pull that hook, line, and sinker. Vindies, his money situation, it was not exactly pretty there at the end of that game either. But you see, from what was collected, 17,000 or to 9,000. And only a 9.5 minute game-ish. That's still pretty significant. Black Ops wound up having the better efficiency ratio with his units, but those Mecha Tankies are also very, very good units. Very high utilization capabilities, and in the right hands, such as Vindies' hands, they can do some very magical things. So that will conclude game number 3 and the series going to Vindies as he will advance to the grand finals. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. And this is Sniper, signing out.